Hello, I'm Fabio. Today I want to demonstrate the program that I have written on the Robot Studio for the ABB Robot, and my task on this video is to write my initials. That's how I have written on my program all the targets detailed. So now with my program on the teach pendant, I want to play on the robot the program that I have written. So I have to press play, and then the robot would start. That's all done.
To develop this project, in order to allow the robot arm to draw my initials, first thing I've got to create this table where the robot can write on it. So I have created this on a CAD software, and after imported with import geometry 2 to this project. So after that I settled that to a position where the robot can perform efficiently. Then I created a work object, so my robot knows in the world where my table is and can draw exactly where the table is as well. So I set this work object as a 0 position on this corner of the table. So the robot knows where my table is. After doing this, I have created all my targets in order to draw my initials. So I settle a home position, so you can always begin from a point. And then once I defined where my letter will start, I also settled above it an offset point, so it doesn't come straight to the point, maybe drawing some lines which is not desirable. So I set up above it an offset position, so from that point it goes straight down and start drawing my initials. So every corner I settled with the reference to the axis X, Y, and Z to achieve these letters. When it comes to the end, it comes up again to the offset point and move to another letter and perform the same thing. After I created all my targets to define the letters, I had also to create a path, so the robot knows the sequence that it has to run in order to draw these letters. So I need to drag target by target to the point and settle this in a position which I wish to follow, and also the robot will know where it is. So this first point here, offset, is there. So the next one will be F1, it goes down and follow the path as desired. So now I can demonstrate that if I move my table somewhere else around the robot arm, the robot will still follow it and perform the task. So to move the table, I come to Layout, Table, Position, Set Position in the verb. So if I move on the y-axis to 450, and let's change x to say 110, We keep the same height, apply. So there we moved our table. So now my working object is set to the 0 position of the table on this corner. So what I need to do, I need to come to my drawing table, which is this part here, where the robot perform. Set position. Change it to the wood. So I can say my X is 0 and my Y is 300. Let's see where it goes. That's perfect. So my 0 position related to the table is in that corner there, and the path will be created on the top of the table. So to check it now, I ask the robot to move along the path. And there we go. So that shows my drawing table, which is my path, is set on the top of the table, which is my object. And we'll perform the task as it is being done before on the previous position. In another project, I have created a component with different heights and shapes, so it's a more complex detail on it. So on this case, we don't need to create target by target, defining every position to follow a path. We can use a tool called AutoPath. So in reference surface, we just define which surface that we are looking on. So we have to select that. And from there, when we just come close to the edge, it pre-select the place where you want the path to be created. So you keep sliding around and clicking every side of it, selecting the path where it has to draw. So as you see here, it goes down in an arc. So to create these targets manually would be very difficult. So this tool, AutoPath, is a tool that we can use in this case. So we have already a component with very complex positions, so we just select the edge of it. So I also draw here my initials in a different font and size. So just by selecting all this AutoPath.